Hi, everyone.
I'm Carla Brown.
I'm Arlaana Black. And we are
Don't Mess with the Mommas.
MOMMAS, with our motto, you are the protagonist of your life, not the victim of your destiny. And today we are on episode 34, and we're laughing because it is called LOL, Ain't Lots of Love, and we'll tell you more about that soon. So Take it away. We're talking about humor.
Okay, so from what I can understand, humor is the WD-40 of human relationships, okay? It reduces tension, and you can do a lot of things with humor. You can tell difficult truths. It can be an icebreaker. So humor does a lot of things. So Arlaana, could you tell us why humor is important?
Sure, and excuse me because I had to look it up a little bit too, because it's really, without humor, what a boring, sad world it would be, right? Mm-hmm. So humor provides psychological relief, as you were just saying, and social commentary. It's a way you could say things without getting in trouble, or even if you get in trouble, you could still get away with it.
You could laugh.
Yeah, you could laugh about it. And it really makes us connected. You know, it provides our human connection. It releases endorphins, so it's a physical and chemical experience, and lowers your cholesterol, not cholesterol, because I have high cholesterol, cortisol levels. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And there isn't even a club in China. It's the laughing club, and that's what they do. They just laugh, you know, just laugh and laugh, and it's such a healthy thing. Mm-hmm. And it's a way you can coping mechanism.
That's right. That's
when you
right.
laugh about something, it just relieves all that incredible tension,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Definitely.
And some people say that comedians are really our modern philosophers. And if you watch late night TV, you can really get that. You know, they really are. Or you read stuff that's very humorous or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And you can make conversations more palatable. Like if difficult situations, if you laugh through it. I know I pretty much laugh all the time, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. Also, it takes a lot of courage, do you think?
Yeah.
To be able to say things in a humorous way. Because sometimes you're saying the biting stuff, you know, that really would hurt, or, ordinarily. But you just said something, you need to have an open heart, right?
Yes, you do.
Why do you think, and you need to be vulnerable, but why do you think you need an open heart?
Because that's one way you share yourself with other people.
Yep.
You make connections. And no matter where you go, there's always going to be somebody there who recognizes you as another human being and treats you well.
Yeah. It takes down your guard, right? Like it lets down somebody's guard, and you can be more optimistic, I think, as a human being, you know?
The other thing is that we have a chance to laugh at ourselves.
Yep.
Not to be taking ourselves so seriously.
For sure.
And it's like against being arrogant.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
So it's nice to have it. It's nice to be able to share it. And it makes for a much happier world if you can laugh.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you can laugh, you can live.
And then, you know, it's interesting because, you know, when you look at tragedy and comedy, right, two sides of the same coin, and they really are. And going through life, being able to laugh even at the most difficult things, and that will lead us into, I'm going to ask you first, your funny experiences. What are your wacky, funny experiences? And then I'll tell you why LOL was such a wacky experience for me, the initials.
Well, this could have been very dangerous. But me and my sister, you know, I don't know why we both decided that we were going to go to the incinerator to dump the garbage. And I don't know why we had
Wait, do you all know what an incinerator is? Because it may be special to New York. So tell them what it is.
An incinerator is really a place where you burn garbage. Okay, and in our housing unit, there was an incinerator that burnt garbage. And it had fire at certain times of the day. All right, so we went out to the incinerator. We have our bag of garbage, and we have a can, an aerosol can, that says in big bold letters, "Do not incinerate." Well, we forgot all about that, okay? And so we throw it in the incinerator, the garbage in the incinerator, and there was a flash of light, an explosion. And when we came back, when we got in, we had soot from the incinerator all over our faces. It was like, if you know Daffy Duck, if you know the Road Runner, those things where they always get blown up and they always come with dust. That's how we looked, okay? And then the other funny thing that happened was, I'm with my mother. It's wintertime. We're in Brooklyn, but we live in the Bronx. So we had to walk a long distance to get to this train station to get back to the Bronx. Now there's ice all over the ground, all right? And I'm with my mother and I'm telling her, be careful. We're taking our time. Don't slip. Don't fall. Be careful, all right? We get to the train station. We get on the train. We go to the Bronx. We get off at 167th Street. We walk down the stairs. Now there's a hill. There's a hill, okay? And we're walking down the hill. Who falls at the bottom of the hill? Me. Who picks me up? My 73-year-old mother. We had the best laugh about that. It was outrageous. All this time, we're trying, be careful, be careful. I'm the one who falls. So tell us something about your funny moments.
Before Emma, I have many because my whole life has been, I've been going through life laughing. It's tragedy because of my, my mental illness in my family, which is all in my book. But also I've had to laugh throughout it all. Plus I had an allergy, and I'll tell you about that, which caused me to laugh nonstop. But before I do that, I just wanted to say that a Nobel Prize winner, her name is Amanda, and she's Vietnamese, and I found out yesterday because I had my nails done, which my husband said looks like the Wicked Witch of the West.
They do not. They're lovely.
And it's pronounced, even though it's spelled Nguyen, it's pronounced like when or win. And she was the New York Times Woman of the Year, and she was sexually abused, and she spoke out about that. But she partnered with Will Ferrell, and they started production called Funny or Die Productions. So she used humor to get her message across, and very impactful, right? So you can use humor to talk about the most difficult things in the world. Okay, so LOL. So when I first heard LOL, I thought it meant lots of love. So I wrote to somebody whose family just lost a member of the family, and I signed it LOL. So that's one of my faux pas. But when I was 3, I decided I had my time with my parents, and I was ready to be on my own. So I ran away from home. I packed my bag. But of course, being 3 years old, you can't really cross your street, so I had to get somebody to help me cross the street to my mother's friend, and there I was. I knocked on her door, and I said, I'm run away from home. Can I stay with you? Can I live with you?
Oh, gosh.
And then eventually I came home because, I wasn't ready to be independent.
Yeah.
So, but when I was little, I don't know what it was, but I couldn't stop laughing. Like if there was a stupid joke, and I don't know, around the dinner table, there was probably not very funny jokes because my parents weren't the funniest in the world, but I couldn't stop laughing. I like non-controllable laughter. And I was always sent to my room because I couldn't stop laughing. So I was punished for laughing so much. So I think as a defiant young woman that I was, or a little kid, I've gone through life laughing, and being a Buddhist, the more I chant, the more I just laugh all the time because, it's a joyful experience to be optimistic, right? Then I found out later, I went to this, it was this bioecological institute that tested you for different, weird allergies, and I have the weirdest reactions. I mean, they had to film it because it was too weird for words. But when they gave me apples, I couldn't stop laughing. I was rolling on the floor. So when having been a teacher for many years, when I told my students they always want to give me apples, so I just stopped laughing nonstop. Also, just like you, I think I know what I'm doing, but I really don't, most of the time, especially when it comes to hands-on stuff. So we were at a family picnic. And I told everybody, and I was much younger at the time, and I told them, oh, I know how to row. So I took my cousin, who was like 4 years younger than me, and there we were, stuck in the middle of the lake. I lost the oars. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, right? Another one was my mother. In those days, like in Brooklyn, long time ago, they used to make Jell-O molds. I don't think we do so much anymore, but they're fun. They're good. You know about Jell-O molds,
yes,
right?
I know.
So I said, oh, I know how to get the mold out of the pan. So I put it in hot water and I turned it over, and it was liquid all over the place that took forever to clean up.
Oh gosh.
Two other things, and they keep on happening, of course. So when I first came to South Carolina from New York,
Yes.
Big difference, right?
Right.
Big change, because we're both from New York area, right?
Right.
And we were. I was teaching at a very kind of country high school, and I was talking to the principal, and all of a sudden I felt something on my legs, and I looked down, and I was covered with red ants. Now, you would think that that's not funny at all, right? But I was convinced that these red ants didn't want me to be in the South, being a Northerner, right? So I thought that the red ants were giving me a message: go home, Yankee.
You don't belong here. You don't belong here.
Gosh. And then the last one I wanted to share is, so, and this is, of course, in the book. When I was when I went to Europe when I was 19 and for 4 months, and I ended up in a heroin den in Paris, and somehow I had to talk my way out of being killed in a heroin den. Who knows how I got there, but it was the strangest experience. These are just some little funny experiences. But I think to celebrate every day, to really look at every day as an opportunity to overcome something, and to look at one thing that's positive and maybe something you can laugh at. That weed that you step on that maybe, you see, that weed is me sometimes, and just be able to laugh or to find humor in life. It opens yourself up so much. So what do you think?
I think that even going back to Roman Greco, there was a goddess. Her name was Balbo.
Oh.
And she had a way with humor too, because Demeter had lost her daughter Persephone, and she was crying and very unhappy, and Balbo came over and looked at her and lifted her skirt and exposed herself, and Demeter had to stop crying and start laughing. So she was able to. I
love it.
She was able to, regain herself, her composure. Not to find some humor in life.
Right.
So, but anyway,
great.
so she's the goddess of fertility and laughter.
Oh, I love it. Fertility and laughter. Maybe
yes.
they go hand in hand. Maybe the more we laugh, the more fertile we become.
Yeah, we become.
I don't know.
So, but anyway, so where are we in this conversation?
So, and according to our organization, it's good medicine. Laughter is great medicine, and it reveals our inner strength. Opportunity to, as you said, overcome arrogance or ego. You can share your struggles with others, and it actually you can have a social movement and you don't burn out, because if you're like angry all the time, if you're in the world of anger, as we talked about the 10 worlds in our last episode, you burn out. But if you can look at the humor, even when things aren't really funny, but you can look at not necessarily humor that you're laughing at, but be more optimistic that there's always hope at the end of the tunnel, for sure. But
winter always turns into spring.
Winter always turns into spring. For sure. So keep on laughing. I'm sure there's lots more things, and as we go along in life, we could just find more and more things. So please share your experiences with being goofy or what do they call it, on your face?
Egg on your face.
Egg on your face. Yeah, thank you. And I love eggs, but egg on your face, which is really fun. It makes us so human. Mommas, mommas.podcast@gmail.com. So
Right.
I think you were going to share.
I was going to share one thing.
Sure.
Victor Borges said, laughter is the shortest distance between two people.
Love it. Great.
And let's see what else. Humor is a multi-tool for survival.
Yeah.
It provides bonding, and laughter makes us young. Anger makes us old. Humor fosters human connection and openness. True humor is an expression of an open, relaxed, and generous heart, which helps build bridges between people. Non-cruel humor can create shared moments of insight and shift the energy in a room. If you look on the bright side of things and act positively, you'll have a cheerful and happy life. And a happy life is a healthy life. And respectful playfulness and humor are essential for creating human connection and exploring possibilities together.
Oh, I love it. Wow. Isn't that great? Yay.
Thank
go
you.
Humor, go laughter. You're going to share some encouraging words?
Those were my
encouraging words. Okay.
Okay.
So, guys, don't forget, we are...
Don't mess with the mamas.
And